My name is Sarah Zielinski and I am 22 weeks pregnant. This is the weekly IGTV series that I bring to you to share with you my journey as a first-time mom. And this week we are talking about my baby registry and my ultrasound from last week. And I just tried to get on a couple times and it wasn't working. So fingers crossed it doesn't pause on us this time. It's connected to my internet this time. You guys, please let me know if it is chopping in and out and I can try again later. So first things first, and I'm sorry if you have to rehear this, but about my ultrasound last week. So last week was absolutely awful. It was completely heartbreaking. I wasn't able to have Brock be on the FaceTime with me when I went for my ultrasound. I was able to have him on it before at a different clinic. And then at this clinic, they were much more informative here, but I wasn't able to call him. I wasn't able to video with him. I wasn't able to even like audible, just get on the phone with him. So that was really, really tough. However, I was told there, I was bawling my eyes out. So I was told there by the person that was actually doing the ultrasound for me. She was telling me, she's like, I'm so sorry. It sucks with everything that's happening with COVID. It's absolutely the worst. I feel so bad for you. But the thing is that then I found out that I can actually go to a private clinic and I can pay and then he can come. So we're hoping to hopefully do something later on down the road so that he can come to an ultrasound. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, for him and I, it's yes, I'm carrying the baby. Yes, he wants to see it, but it's still his child, right? So I still want to be able to have him experience it the same way I am instead of me just sharing the story with him afterwards. So I don't really understand how it makes a difference if we pay at a private clinic versus it's covered in our healthcare for it to make an effect in the whole COVID related of everything. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but that's fine because if I have the option, I'm just going to roll with that before that's taken from me because it has not been an easy ride here for anybody that's in Ontario, and I'm sure that you guys can relate to that. So I will take what I can get. Okay, we do have the gender. It is on a piece of paper over on the mantle in our living room area. We have not touched it. We have not opened it. We were going to give it to my parents. They were tell us the gender right away, blah, 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 blah. But we decided we still are team green. We really don't want to know. It's just that one thing that it's going to be a constant surprise for us. But it's funny, Brock was hell-bent that it's a girl. And then after meeting with my OB and after just looking at the ultrasound, I was oh my gosh, I don't know why. But when I was in that room, I was why does this baby look like Brock? And I've heard of the 3D ultrasounds and the 4D ultrasounds and all this kind of stuff. So I wasn't going to do one of those, but if I'm going to have to pay to take him to go do an ultrasound anyways later on in some type of way, if nothing changes with COVID, we'll probably do one. And I've been kind of leaning towards maybe it's not a girl. And a lot of you were already saying boy all the time, and feel free to share if you think so. I know a lot of you guys saw the ultrasound from when we had shared it from last week in the video and everything. A lot of people were saying, I think it's a girl. And then a lot of others that are one of my girlfriends, Jasmine, who has 6 kids. She's it's a boy. I swear it's a boy. So we still have no idea. I have a lot of self-control to not open that piece of paper that's over on the fireplace, but I think it's going to be a really, really fun surprise. We're not going to share it with my parents unless they're literally going to come after me, but we're not going to share it. So that's the plan there. Okay, so it is also World Earth Day. Drink your flow, mindful hydration, don't use plastic. Something else that I'm doing to contribute to the environment, I'm doing cloth diapers. Still going to get some regular ones just to kind of see how I do at the very beginning. But that's something that I'm doing. I haven't fully finished all that stuff onto my registry to identify exactly which ones I want to use because there's so many different types that are out there. But I'm trying to support local here in Ottawa with a bunch of different mom and pop shops that are around to try and order from there to try and support the economy here in Ontario, which is something that's important to me as well with everything that's happening. And I love that Cal is I'm team boy. I love that. We might even do a raffle. I talked about that before. I might do a thing on PayPal or something for people that want to bet on gender or bet on date and stuff like that, and have different pots that people can be put their bets in and then have a big payout for people afterwards. I think that'd be really fun. And then last thing I want to talk about before I dive right into my registry was that yesterday on my stories I did mention that I don't really want to be talking about what my choice is or what my stand is when it comes to the COVID vaccine. I've been getting so many messages about it, especially after my visit to the OB and my talks with my gastroenterologist. If you don't know this, my OB are butting heads hardcore about what they want me to do. My OB is team vaccination and my gastro is anti-vaccination. So the thing is for me is like, I'm not going to share what my choice is, only because there's so many people that are very opinionated. And if you didn't see my stories this morning, just by me sharing that I wasn't going to share my opinion, I already got crazy backlash from people on both spectrums. So people that were bashing people for getting vaccines, people that were bashing people for not getting vaccines. It's not just one way street. And for me, I just really want to encourage you, if you're someone that's trying to decide if it's the right thing for you, or if you don't want to do it, to just like get your own opinion the same way you would from a political view. Do your research, speak to your doctors, get more than one opinion, do what's going to be best for you in your season of life and what makes you feel most comfortable, because what's right for me could be completely different than what's right for you. I think that's really important. Steph said, I would say disposable for the first week or so, yeah. And then cloth diapers can come a long way and they're so easy now. One of the cool things that Brock and I are doing is that there's actually because people are like, oh my gosh, cloth diapers are so hard. Like, how can you do that? But with cloth diapers, there's actually little handles that you can get so that you can take the actual like insert from the diaper and put it over your toilet, and it's a spray. Like the water connects to the toilet and like on your toilet, so you can spray off into the toilet, so you're not wiping and pushing and dropping in the toilet and all those types of things. So I've done my research on it. A lot of my girlfriends do it as well. It's really cute. The diapers are amazing. That's probably been my biggest challenge with wanting to do the cloth diapers, is that you don't really have a lot of gender neutral colored cloth diapers. Like, it's either like you get a pink and purple and yellow package, or you get like all blues and greens and that's it. And I mean, realistically, like all colors I think can be gender neutral. Doesn't really matter, and it's a diaper, you're not going to see it all the time. But like, I plan on my child living in a diaper as much as possible, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing from the clothing sides of things. They grow out of things so fast, and if you know me, I find it really difficult to spend money on things that are going to be just like thrown out in like 2 seconds. So what I did when I first started and found out that we'd gotten past our 12 weeks and started like accumulating things, like I have this boppy, is it Boppy or Bumbo? Bumbo. It's a Bumbo. I have one of these. I have 2 of these I got for free. We have a bunch of women and men that are in a bunch of free groups in Ottawa and in Constance Bay, where I live, that are giving things away or doing trades or selling for super cheap and things like that. So I have a whole closet here full of like free baby stuff. And then I started getting a bunch of messages from people being like, Sarah, stop getting all this free stuff. You're not going to get anything on a registry. And it's crazy, because I never realized how much stuff you need, or how much stuff you're told that you need. And that's kind of what I'm going to touch on with you guys, is one, where I'm doing my registry, why I chose that one, what kind of stuff I'm putting on there. I am going to be sharing my registry on my website. I will also share it in the stories for my highlights on my Instagram stories, where I have the prego section where I've been documenting my pregnancy journey this entire time. I was going to do T1, 2, and 3, but everything kind of got meshed together, and kind of share with you some of the like non-negotiable things for myself, things that have been recommended to me, and so on and so forth. So I actually chose to go with Baby List. So Baby List is a registry that allows you to add like anything and everything from like everywhere. So I have a lot of friends and family like all across like the world, essentially. I have people in Canada, the USA, the UK, I have France, I have Italy, I have Bahamas, I have Bermuda. Like, I have people that are everywhere. We really should be finishing up our registries physically together. Emma is like 2 weeks ahead of me, I think. 2 or 3 weeks ahead of me. And we're both in the same August Mama Street. We both work out together. We both like do all the things. But she's over in Quebec and our borders are like crossover and #COVID. So we can't physically get together to make her registries. But the beautiful thing about the online world is we can send things back and forth, which is amazing. So I'm actually going to pull it up. But the nice thing about Baby List is that you actually get this little icon that 2 weeks, yeah. So you actually get this little icon that goes like your bookmarks on the top of your page. So when you're looking for things, if it's on Amazon, here are some of the places I like to look. So I like Amazon. I like Bye Bye Baby. I like some of the little mom and pop shops with the diapering and stuff like that. I like Indigo, has some really cute stuff. And even like there's different like local companies that I have found that have their own website. So basically, if you can find the website anywhere online, you can add something from that store onto your Baby List by pressing the little add to Baby List button. And then you can choose different categories where you can place the things that you need. So it's funny, like you learn to see what you kind of are drawn to and attracted to when you're making your baby list for things. Like for some reason, I love what is it? Like I love like little like funny like jumpers and suits and things like that. And I love like bath stuff. And I love a lot of like sensory things as well that might come from, if you don't know this, I worked in child abuse and treatment services in the Yukon for 3 years. So I worked with children with a lot of different like health issues and a learning disability. So for me, like anything that has to do with like sensory play or learning are things that I love. And there are these like high contrast baby cards that you can get. And my sister also had them for her son Harriet, oh my God, Harrison. Oh my gosh, Harriet would be the perfect girl name to match that name. But they're like very high contrast. So it would be like an owl face, but it's just black and white, big shapes. Because when you're that small, you're not actually seeing full images, but it allows them to kind of sort of make things out to help with like their neurological function and their development. So like I'm kind of a nerd with that kind of stuff. So you'll see that kind of stuff on my registry as well. Also including the fact that I like this. Oh, I do like these little like seat things. And this is for like, not infant though, like Callie fits in this, okay? This is for like sitting up and eating and everything. But, oh, it's good. I was like, Belle sent me a message and I was like, they're telling me I'm over my data. I'd be really pissed. But there's actually one that I saw. Like, see how this, so this is interesting. See how in these seats, they actually sit, they go down. So their bums go down. It's actually not good for a baby's spine. There is a company, it's a Canadian company that makes these seats. I have them on my Amazon storefront. And they are ergonomic baby seats. And what they do is they actually, instead of the seat being like this, so that their bums go in here and their feet come up here and their backs here, it goes like this. And the reason that the parents that made the seat, they made it was because their son had spina bifida and at birth, and they wanted to be able to improve his spine and his core muscles so that they can actually sit up straight like this. Or the Bumbo, actually what it does, what's it called? Is it called a Bumbo? I don't even know. But with those seats, actually what it does is that it actually allows your child to sit there and they disengage their core because they're sunken down like this, so they can actually bend over, and they put a lot of pressure over on their legs and the front of their thighs so that they're not actually able to engage as much. So the other seat that I'm going to be getting, because I got that for free online. So I did a little bit of research on like the ergonomics of like your baby's trunk and stuff, because that's a big thing with babies, is having them being able to have a strong core. Same thing with humans. For your walking, your mobility, your stretching, your day-to-day activities, we need to have a strong trunk to be able to do everything, right? So that's something that I'm going to be investing in for sure, is having one of those so that my baby can sit up properly and actually engage its core muscles, instead of having to like sit there in like an eating environment and being slattered down. So sharing that, not saying if you have it, it's bad, but it was really interesting for me to learn about, because their son did have spina bifida and it made a massive difference in his like development physiologically as he was aging, so that he didn't have as many injuries or have as many complications as he was growing. So my internet might even be down here. Get my baby list up. But I love the fact that with the baby list registry, I can add stuff from absolutely anywhere. And I will say, I am going to be one of those moms that has like the absolute most corniest, funniest, stupidest, like ridiculous little outfits and like cute little things. I'm going to have a little boy, it's going to be a lot of backwards hats and a lot of toques and like little like hats like that. And if I have a little girl, it's going to be a lot of bows, a lot of sparkle, and like super annoying. But I just like, there's something about those funny like little graphic tees, or something really cute about those like mama's girl things, or like I said, I want to have that dang onesie that I saw from Amazon that is a barcode and it says made in vagina, because I think that's fucking hilarious. So my sister was like, what's your brand for your baby? I'm like, I don't have a brand for my baby. I don't think I have one. I think it's just going to be whatever the heck it is, because it's hard to shop gender neutral, because everything is so gender specific. Like everything is just like bows and boats and which at the same time, anybody can wear those things. It doesn't matter what gender your baby's going to be. It can really wear anything. But okay, so Couple things that I have. So looking at my registry, and now there are things that need to come off my registry. There are things that are on there that I just added because I was tired and like staying up at night just trying to get it done. Like my sister's like, why do you have like 3 pack and plays on here? I have no idea, because I don't know about you. Please tell me if someone does this, but I personally, I love to like, I'm one of those people that will like therapeutically shop for things and then close the cart and never buy anything, is add everything to my cart and then be like, oh yeah, it feels really good, and just leave. I do that shit all the time. So I've been kind of doing that with my baby list and adding things to it, because I'm like, okay, I want to be able to have stuff so if people want to purchase things for us, they can have like an array of different things. The nice thing with baby list is that you can do group gifts, you can do must-haves, so you can identify and say this is a must-have item, or a group thing, so people can contribute like a certain amount of money to a certain thing. So like say that people see there's a must-have thing and they maybe don't want to pay for the whole thing, because I have like a glider chair that's on there that I want to have in my room for like rocking and feeding, but it's like a $300 chair. So it's like, I don't expect someone to spend $300 for me. I don't expect someone to pay for my breast pumps, like things like that, because breast pumps are fucking expensive. And apparently you can have insurance. I don't know if it's in Canada too, but I know in the USA, apparently you all can get insurance, pay for your breast pumps and stuff. Like I don't have any of that. So we are living 2 entrepreneurs over here. We don't have health insurance right now, which we need to have before the baby comes. So we're doing everything on our own. Your girl's not having a mat leave. I'll be working through the entire thing, and so will Brock. So there's that. Okay, so there are a bunch of different categories I'm going to go into. The cute thing is it even says like August 26th on here for it's a baby arrives August 26th. It says Brock's on this journey with you. Your registry looks good, and it puts like my shipping and stuff, so it sends everything that's here. And it's so interesting because so here's the thing, and this is the Indigo baby list that I think is super helpful. And you can kind of go down and check things out, because there's things that we've already been told that we could have. Like there's a baby Bajorn. I don't know how to say it. Baby Bajorn. I don't know. It's like a really nice fancy name or something. My girlfriend's giving us like their $2,000 bassinet to use while we have the baby. My girlfriend Shannon is giving us a Mamaroo to use. It like rocks the baby. Like those things like add up. And I think that even like just speaking on the fact that today's it's Earth Day. Oh shoot, did I write? It's Earth Day, right? I can't remember. Earth Day? Yeah, it's Earth. Oh my god, my baby brain. It's Earth Day. It's like not having to buy brand new is also much better for the environment too, right? Like we're able to like reuse and like share with people. So I've got so many people that want to do that with us. Like I plan on like once we have our baby, we'll see how I feel. But if we want to have another child like within like 6 to 9 months to a year afterwards, like if someone else wants to use all the stuff that we have, I'm gonna be like, take it. Like our tiny home is so small. We don't have a garage or nothing right now. So like for us, it's gonna be like, use it. If it's not being used, we're gonna get rid of it. Okay, so here's how the categories are broken down on baby list, okay? So it's broken down into, there's general, and here's some of the stuff that kind of like shook me that I didn't know that I needed. 1, okay, I didn't know we needed the little head scratcher thing to get the dead skin off their heads. There's that. There are booger wipe stuff on here. There is, now, I remember my girlfriend Rosita telling me about this. It is called the Frida Baby Nose Frida Bundle. And it is like literally a fucking tube that goes into your baby's nose, and then a long tube that goes into your mouth so you can suck boogers out of your baby's nose. And I think that is absolutely fucking disgusting. That is gross. But apparently it is essential, and apparently it works really effing well. So I got one. And I also got a windy gas and colic reliever, which is like you literally put this thing in the baby's bum to get the gas and the things out of the baby's bum. So I have all these things that I feel like poking and it's satisfying, April says. I mean, poking and prodding at my child at. Something else I'm doing, I don't know if you guys have heard of these, but they're the Nano Baby bottles. And so they're actual round bottles. And they look like this. See if you guys can see them or not. That's them there. So they look like little boobs. They basically look like little boobs. So when your baby is feeding, their hands can wrap around the boob. And they've just been known for like it being a better way for a transition with like your spouse. Like if you're, so for example, like if you are the one that's primarily breastfeeding, that if you have your spouse that's going to be feeding the baby as well, regardless if you're male or female, one person is the one that's going to be feeding, right? So it actually imitates like holding a breast when they're actually feeding the baby. So I wanted to get those. So I'm getting those little bottles as well as some other ones that are easier to carry and stuff, and I'm getting all the diaper bags that go with it. There's like some little like bibs and stuff. There's like a baby driving mirror that we have in here. So I actually have one of my girlfriends, she's giving me her Bob stroller, which is amazing. So we're picking that up probably in the next couple of weeks here, and then we're going to be matching the car seat and stuff to the Bob stroller. I have to check the serial number and stuff on there. I was looking at the Tool as well, because it's a jogging stroller, and we're going to be using our stroller out on like the back trails and out in the sand and things like that. So that's where we're at for right now, is that we're actually having a friend give us a stroller, which is super, super nice, because strollers are really expensive, you guys. Like, and so are car seats, and so are all the things. It's absolutely crazy. Next things we have on here, a lot of people told me humidifiers are really good for babies, so I don't know. I threw one of those on there. Let me know if that's ridiculous. I got a first year's American. So this is something that I was reading about, is that there's a lot of different types of first aid kits that you can get for infants that are out there by so many different types of different brands. But I got one that's specifically done by the American Red Cross. And the reason I got that one is I did a lot of like reading on it, was like, you want to make sure that it actually meets to the codes of like what is new and relevant for like the different things that we're doing when it comes to like CPR, comes to anything, comes to like choking, all that kind of stuff. So I got that one because it comes with all the instructions and everything in there as well. So I have that one. Adaptable bar for the Bob jogger, and it almost fit in any car seat. That's amazing. Okay, good to know. I'm actually going to write that down, Tessa. Thank you for that. Adapt. See, I'm learning here too, guys. Yeah, for the Bob stroller, cool. Cause yeah, and I also saw these mitts. Okay, they're bougie as all hell. I think they actually might be on here, but they're mitts that actually go onto your stroller, and they go side to side on the stroller, and they're meant for your stroller, and they're like super like winter coated for like when you're walking out in the fall and the winter and stuff. Your hands don't get cold. So I'm thinking about getting that put on my stroller too, even though they're bougie. But we're having baby in August. So it'll be going into like the fall and like the cooler months then, which I feel really, really blessed about, because I don't have to buy a whole bunch of new clothes. Like if you saw yesterday, I was trying to put my winter pants on because it fucking snowed over the past 2 days, and it's April right now. I just want to make sure like that everything is going to be fitting and stuff. So I know I could hardly get my pants up the other day. I feel really bad for anyone that's been pregnant during the winter and had to buy brand new winter stuff, because winter stuff's so expensive. Okay. I put some like lactation cookies and things on here because your girl loves the Bird's papaya. And when she was like ready to give birth, if you love Bird's papaya too, please like give me some love and like some hearts up in here. Because basically everything that she put on her well.ca, like mama must haves, I bought all of it. The face spray, the mist, everything. I bought like every single thing that I was very influenced by her and bought like pretty much everything. Okay, so this is something else. I'm super ergonomic, like I mentioned, like when it comes to body mechanics and baby growth and stuff. So there's actually a Baby Move Cozy Dream newborn lounger. The reason I like it is because, I'll show you, it actually has a strap on it and it's on an angle. And the reason that I like it is because it actually has a little notch in the back of the head. So if you don't know this about babies, which I did not freaking know, by the way, is that babies can actually get like what's called like flat head. So like the baby's heads can actually like flatten out and stuff from like being flat on a cradle and everything. Some people use like helmets and like pull everything back to keep the baby's head round. The Baby Move actually has a little cradle in the actual seat. So the baby's sitting up like this and they're not flat. It's better for their circulation for their entire body, because when you're standing upright, anything like if you have like, for example, if you ever injure yourself, they always say like, you know, rest, ice, and elevate, right? So you can get better circulation to your injured area, things like that. So with babies, same thing. We're always holding them upright, and or when they're resting, absolutely not. Sorry, that comment, no thanks. So basically, like with the baby, instead of having it laying flat all the time, having it on a slight angle is going to be better for their blood flow. So that's the reason why I like that one. It's a little more expensive because it is on an angle, has a platform. That's why I chose that one. Regular little like pacifier clips and things like that, so you don't lose the pacifiers. This is something that's interesting and that I think is really cool about baby registries, is that And I think that Babylist does a very good job of this, is that they recommend these little like bundle packages that you can get that have a bunch of different types of trying things out. So like, for example, like there's packages, I only got some of the basic Philips Soother pacifiers in green. They're the ones with little holes in it, so you can and push your finger in on it. And the reason I only got those, honestly, is because my sister, she got these really, really nice different types of pacifiers for her baby that were like a lot more expensive. But when she came back from the hospital, her baby only wanted these little Philips basic ones that they have at the hospital. So I threw a couple of those on there. But you can actually get these packages, and it comes with like 4 or 5 different brands of pacifiers, or you can get 4 or 5 different brands of bottles and like different things so you can try, because every single baby is going to be different. Like one baby might love one pacifier, one baby might hate it, right? One baby might be sensitive to one lotion, one baby might not be. So you may have to like touch and go on different things. I think it's important. And yeah, exactly. Yes, Tessa. So like that's the other thing, is having your baby sitting up is going to be better for them with acid reflux, 110%. Especially like spitting up and things like that. Like you don't want them like after they feeding laying flat down and then spitting up in their mouths, right? Terrifying. I have a couple different skip hop explore little activity centers. So the reason I like this one is because see the little base on the bottom of it? The base is on the bottom of it, it adjusts. So as your baby gets bigger, their feet can be stuck on the ground, because sometimes there's ones where they don't move and it's just like your baby either is big enough or they're not big enough to be in it. So that's why I chose that one. We do have one for my girlfriend that she gave us in here, is super cute, that I love. And I like having little hand-me-down things. Like here's the thing, when I give a gift to somebody for their baby, I'm like itching for a picture of the baby in that thing. So like I'm gonna probably get a label maker and like label all the shit that I get from people, so that anytime I have my baby in a picture of anything, I know where that came from, so I can just like send a picture to the person that gave it to us. I think it's super special. The baby shusher from West Coast Kids, I heard, is like absolutely amazing. The reviews on it are amazing. It was like raved about in my August Mamas group as well. This is it here. Apparently it's really good for helping calm your baby down. It's like a little noise maker that's like portable, which is pretty cool. As well as like the little stuffies that hang on the back. So now here's the thing. I love these little bouncers. I have no idea if I'm having a boy or a girl, but if you don't know this, hi Nadia! Nadia just joined us for our dance workout program. If you don't know this about me, I love cheetah print and stuff. So I don't care if this is a baby boy. I want all the cheetah print baby carriers. So freaking cute, okay? Mama gets to be stylish too. So don't you go letting people tell you that just because you're team green, mama, that you can't have a pink carrier, you can't have the leopard print you want. And yes, Brock will wear the fucking leopard print, because that's the only one that I want. And unless he wants to buy himself one. Actually, Sarah gave us the black one, my neighbor, so he can just use that one if he really wants to. But good damn, you're carrying this baby for 9 months. It's more than 9 months, I'm pretty sure, isn't it, for most people? Like, get the damn shit you want. Look the way you want carrying that baby. You go, you be stylish. Okay, sleep sacks are in here. All the stuff, Kate. Let me kind of just plow through some of my favorite things. The fast table chair. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? I'll show you. This one's good because you can bring it with you anywhere. So, like, not that we can't go anywhere right now in Ontario, but, like, these little fast table chairs are really great because you can just, like, put them onto, like, any table so your baby can sit there. So I wanted one of those. Again, with the Moby classic wrap is in cheetah. Anyways, I'm going to share this stuff with you, of course. But these are the mitts I was talking about for the stroller. They like stick on the stroller so they don't come off, right? Sean got his own dad bag, military size. See? Man, they always say you need a push gift. Like, you better bet I'm going to deck Brock out in some type of like awesome diaper bag with like man stuff in there, so he's looking like a snack when he's walking around doing all the things. You know what I mean? He feels like an empowered daddy. That's what we're going to do for him, all right? Some of the stuff on here I have to like get rid of. It's not even done. But, okay. Here's where we get cute with the clothes. So, this is where I said I don't care when it comes to the clothing side of things. Like, I just want to have fun with it. I want to be able to take cute pictures, have funny memories. I'm a weird, quirky, funny kind of girl. Like, I don't need to have like everything in one color or anything like that. But there's something about this shirt. Indigo Baby has like the cutest little onesies for like funny little sayings and things like that. So like, I love, there's one here that says, I'll have a bottle of the house white. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. They're gonna have that freaking onesie that's on here. I freaking love it. It's like little jokey things like that. I love easy peasy with lemons. Got little like finger scratcher mitts. Did you know that babies grow fingernails like weeds and can like scratch their faces? I'm so scared of this stuff. Like, besides the fact that I'm terrified of breastfeeding, and I think nipples are gross, that's going to be a struggle enough on its own. Like, and then finding out they can scratch their own eyes out. Like, great. Can't wait. Really excited. And apparently cutting their fingernails are actually really difficult. But I got a couple of these and I heard really great things. These are like the little baby shirts that they tie at the bottom. So they kind of grow with your baby as well. So those are the kind of things I like most. Mostly because I know that it's going to last longer because I can tie them at the bottom and like as they get longer, you can tie them longer and longer and longer instead of them just being like one length and growing out and folding it up and putting it back. So those are really cute. As well as there's these really cute little bibs that you can get. These ones are also from Indigo, and the bibs are actually like safe for the babies to chew on as well. So if you don't have a pacifier, things like that, for spit up, things like that, you can like clean them up with the little bibs, and then they can like chew on it too, and it's totally safe for them, which I think is really cool. So I have some of those socks. Okay, here's some of the graphic tees I also love. This one is, I drink until I pass out like my daddy. That's a good one. And another one here says, my mom's not a regular mom, she's a cool mom. You better bet your ass she or he is gonna be living in that. See, then I just said she, right? There's some really cute onesies that zip up from the bottom, and they're great for nighttime diaper changes. So are those the ones from the bottom that go from the feet? Because I was told the ones right from the feet are better than the ones from the crotch. That's what my sister told me. She's like, Sarah, if you can get the onesies that go right down to their feet, way better than the ones that go from their crotch up. So that's something else that I've been putting on here. A couple little hats and things like that. I have some swaddles that are in here, which I don't know how to wrap or do any of the things, but I will learn. Okay, talking about breast pumps. Like I said, I have a fear of the nipple. I have a fear of the breastfeeding. I have a fear of, like, I don't even let Brock touch my nips that much, okay? Like, it's just not my thing. It's like, doesn't tickle my pickle. I know everyone's like, Sarah, you're gonna feel so much more different when you have your baby. It's a mother thing. It's a feeding thing. You're gonna be frustrated if you can't do it. All that stuff. So I get that. It's just something about, I don't know. I just don't want to feel like a cow. I don't want to feel like a cow. And you guys can laugh at me all you want or say that I'm ridiculous or that it's not maternal of me or whatever it is. But I just feel that way. I know it's going to be different when it actually comes time. But I am getting... So my sister told me the Medela was like the best one that she used for like having as like a main pump. Costco does have really, really nice clothes. You're totally right. I have a baby warmer on here, a bottle warmer on here as well. But I'm getting the LV. So I can get it at Bed Bath & Beyond. We thought we could only get it in the States, but the LV is a portable breast pump that you can actually wear in your bra and walk around with. You can get the seal-proof ones so they don't like leak and stuff when you bend over. But apparently it's not as strong as like a Medela. So I am going to get the LV. I also am really, really excited about these baby fruit feeder pacifiers. Like that. So you actually put fruit and stuff in them. So the baby can like chew on it. It's almost like a pacifier, but it's thicker. You can put like fresh fruit and things like that in there so they can eat it. My plan is to make my baby food. I do have an Omega juicer and sauce maker. That is, someone's texting me. They want to come by here. Please do not come over. Just dropping stuff off. And I want to be able to make all my own stuff. So we actually bought that Omega when like juicing first came out like 4 years ago. So I paid like $400 for it. And yeah, great for teething too, right? Because they're cold on their mouth and things like that. If you're like my grandma would have said, throw some whiskey on them gums. They're going to be fine. But, you know, I don't know if that's really socially acceptable anymore with babies. So I have the LB that's on here. I have a boppy. Oh shoot, I only have a boppy cover. I need to put an actual boppy on there. A couple little feeding things, nothing crazy. And like the little like silicone bibs and everything. Recently just threw cribs, like seating things on there too. For babies to like sit in, like what are they called? Like a eating thing. What are the thing called? Someone help me out here. Feeding. I can't remember what it's called. High chair. That's it. I just got a high chair. I just put one of those on there. But with the nano baby bottles that I was showing you guys, like that's what the warmer looks like. So the bottle actually sits in there like a little booby, and then it's able to warm it that way. So those are the main bottles I want to be able to use, and they also stack really nicely on top of each other in your fridge, which is, that's it, high chair, yeah. That's something that I really like because we don't have a lot of space, like I said before, so I don't really want to have like a whole bunch of bottles that are shelved out like this. I'd rather be able to have them stackable. So I'll be doing that in my fridge. My sister also mentioned that it is kind of nice to have like a small little mini fridge if you can in your nursery, so that if you just put milk in there, you can, and you're kind of separating it. So I have considered that because usually those aren't very expensive and you can grab those as well, and then it's kind of easy for changing. And also, basically every single thing by Nano Baby I'm getting, like their diaper stuff, their milk bags. Like I even like the way their milk bags store. Like see how they stack like that. So it's all just like all about saving space. Our house is super tiny. We just have a loft upstairs, and then we have this tiny little office where we're gonna have our crib and everything back there. So we don't have a lot of space. So the more things that you're gonna see through my registry is gonna be stuff that's gonna be helping me for saving space and things like that. As well as a lot of like natural products. I've really like made a massive shift from using things that have toxins and things like that. I started using Norwex. I started using Monad hair stuff. Doesn't really work really well with my hair, to be honest, because we have such hard water. So I'm probably going to switch to something else. And then, yeah, again with the baby stuff. Like, I just love the little elephant stuff. I think elephants are really cute gender neutral things, like little elephant towelettes and like bath rinsers and things like that, and baby toys. Like, I have quite a bit of bath stuff. The fox stuff, very much leaning towards anything with like foxes on it recently as well too, which is kind of cute. Yeah, anything that's fold up that we can kind of put anywhere is like where we're kind of going to 110%. And I got a bunch of like mama stuff, diapering stuff. I had a bunch of you guys recommend the Always Discreet underwear for women, as well as I had some other people recommending like the Knix wear and the postpartum underwear for mamas that I have all saved on here as well. And these are even some of the cloth diapers. So the ones that I was looking at they're called Buttons. And you can get them on Amazon, but the shipping's pretty high on them. So I've been trying to get them from other local places. But like, look at the little foxes on that diaper. So freaking cute, right? So freaking cute. I love them. And they like switch through different sizes, so you can make them super small, but like Stephanie was saying on here earlier, she said using like the disposables when you first start might be easier because they're so tiny and you don't really know like how small they're gonna get, and like you can get the newborn size cloth diapers, but they're usually easier to use as the baby's a little bit bigger, and helping them get through the night so they're not wetting themselves as much, and you're usually really, really tired, right? And then the same thing, like the diaper bags that I have on here. I didn't get any of those crazy fancy little diaper bags that I've seen, but I do like the Nano Baby ones, and they would fit and they'd match with the bottles that I'm using. So that's my suggestion. Like, guys, I don't even have these things. I could get these things, but like, this is garbage, throw it out, don't buy it. Like, you never know, right? So, like my sister said that she bought a whole bunch of things that she thought like she definitely was going to need, and then realized afterwards, she's like, I don't even use this, or it was a waste of money. So, and I'll be sharing that with you guys when that kind of stuff comes. I've got like my glider on here. I have my newborn baby head shaping pillow. I have the Snuggle Me organic infant lounger, which is something that I'm also planning on putting on an angle. I have a Vava nightlight to put in for keeping the room really nice and light when I am feeding, because we are going to have our bassinet upstairs and crib downstairs. So the plan is that I have the Vava light. It basically is like a breastfeeding light. It's very, very light, warm light. So it's not like brightening and like will wake up Brock if I have to wake up the baby to go feed at night. And then also we've been looking at a couple different crib styles like this that actually have like the storage on the sides and underneath, and they're convertible cribs. cribs. So they're 4-in-1 convertible cribs, which means that they can go down to like toddler beds, and you can also make them to like full size, like twin beds and things like that, because again, small space and being able to do that. Bottle sterilizers are also amazing. Yeah, so I think I have a bottle sterilizer that's on here. I do have a sterilizer for like the pacifiers and all that kind of stuff too, also done by Nano Baby. I should really tag them in this because I'm really giving them some love, you know. Yeah, it's like this. So there's a microwave steam. See that one? So you put all your stuff in there, and it's designed to use all their products, and you put it into your microwave, and it just like sterilizes it. It's in a plastic container. It's not something that you can reuse it over and over and over again. Or is that one the electric one? No, that one's a microwave one. And there's also like the cases that come with it. I do like these as well for the plates, like the little plates that they stick to the table so that it holds the food and stuff in there. Because I can't tell you how many times I used to work with babies and they used to just grab their bowls and friggin' chuck them across the room, and I have like PTSD from cleaning up so much shit like that all the time. So I wanted to have those like sticky plates that stick down for eating as well. And then what else? I'm going to share this with you guys, but I feel like I've had a lot of fun doing this and like picking things out and finding different things, doing a lot of research. Nothing is done perfectly yet. Even like when it comes to the baby monitor, like I thought it's so funny. Like at first I was like, I'm just going to get a basic cheap little baby monitor. But then all of a sudden, as soon as you like get further along in your pregnancy, like I can feel kicks now. Like I got one little video earlier today, but like some days I was like, I feel so many kicks, and I'm like, as soon as you start feeling those little kicks, you're kind of just like, I want everything that's like top of the line, the best of the best for my baby. And like your total perspective changes from like the very beginning, like stages of your pregnancy, which I think is pretty crazy. And then I have a bunch of health and safety stuff on here too, like Tylenol, mineral-based sunscreen lotions. I have different like gas remedies for colic syndromes. All the Wellement products that are on here, like the foot rubs for chest rubs and things like that. Baby grooming kits. Brush sets for cleaning. I have a digital thermometer that's on here. The spoons are good for play, learn, and chewing too. I have a bunch of the spoons that have like the little like holes in them too, so they look kind of like forks, but they get the yogurt and stuff out and stuff like that, which I like too. I have a safeguarding kit, and like I said, like remember how I mentioned the high contrast stuff? So like that's a high contrast book. So like being able to show pictures of like books of like high contrast stuff to help with cognitive function. I have now I've heard good things about this, and I always said, I'm like, I don't want to buy a whole bunch of expensive toys and stuff for kids, because I believe just giving a kid a box, and usually like the box more than the toy that it comes with. But there's been some really great stuff about the Baby Gund. It's an animated floppy elephant stuffed animal, and it does a whole bunch of crazy things. So I put that on there as like my main like one gift. A bunch of bath gifts and stuff on there too. And then yes, also there are these Amazon and it's ANNENMY women's high waist cotton underwear. Apparently those are also really great for after you're having your baby. I still don't know if I'm having a scheduled C-section or if I'm having a regular birth. But either way, I've heard that those are really great. So I'll put those on there. I have a bodysuit waist trainer for afterwards when I'm done. I've got these nursing pads. I have these silver nipple covers. My sister told me that I needed them for like breastfeeding. So I'm almost done my list, but Indigo has its registry checklist, which is amazing. It breaks everything down from baby clothes to nursery to gear, diapering, baby toys, feeding, health and safety, baby hygiene, baby books. And what Brock and I have been doing is just kind of going through it. I mean, okay, where are we borrowing things from? Where are we buying new? What are we going to get used? Seeing what we can do. And I don't know if you guys have any ideas for us about having a baby shower. We're currently in like hardcore lockdown here. We are at a stay-at-home order. Like we cannot go and do anything. We cannot be with anybody outside, anyone from our home. And it's like that for the next like 4 weeks. So for us, it's like, this is all we've got going on. We're hoping things can change as the summer goes on. Like we've got 4 months left. I've got this little baby me for another 4 months, which is crazy. And I'm going to start popping, getting massive here soon. So I'm just really excited to be able to see like what's going to happen and going through and picking all these things out. But I will have it open soon so you guys can look at it add to your own registries. Please don't feel like you have to buy me absolutely anything. I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. Obviously, like, we're going to share it with you guys so you can see it. Hopefully it'll just inspire you to find new things for yourself, or even like great ideas to gift to your friends and stuff that are close to you too. But it's really cool. Like, this little list that's on Indigo Baby is really, really helpful. And you can even click on things in there to be able to help you add things to your registry. Highly recommend Baby Lists because you can add things from different places. Like, for example, you can see on that crib how there's 3 different icons. One says Bye Bye Baby, one says Target, and then the other one on there says Amazon. So, and it gives all the different prices. So the prices can be different in different places. Like the crib that we're looking at right now, there's one, like, for example, look at this. So I'm not in Canada, so I can't get the Target one, but it shows like Bye Bye Babies, $300, Target's $119 right now, it's on sale. And then it shows it's $269 on Amazon. So it shows people the different prices so that they're always guaranteed to get the lowest price when they're purchasing for you, which I think is really, really cool, because when you just go to one spot for your registry, it's like you just get that set price and they put a discount on it for you for everything. So if there is one place where you want to get everything cool, you'll get the discounts. But with this, it does kind of show you that you're able to get your best bang for your buck at wherever you can get it from. And I can choose Canadian websites, and I can choose personal stores and things like that, which is neat. But anyways, this went on way longer than I thought it was going to. But if you found it helpful, amazing, let me know down in the comments what you shared. If you have things you recommend that you think I need to get, must-haves, or want to share anything with me, please let me know. And then if you've been watching my stories lately, you've seen I'm doing this brand new dance program. It is so much fun. It's dance. It is high intensity interval training. It is weightlifting, and we are all starting our group on Monday. If you want to join, let me know, or shoot me an email at sarahzielinskifitness@gmail.com. Otherwise, thank you guys for jumping on with me and supporting me through Baby Babble and my journey. 22 weeks pregnant today. Absolutely crazy. Thanks, guys.